And now if you are in parts of Union, Franklin, and Delaware County, probably hearing those tornado sirens going off right now, this is a big storm where it gives us kind of that C shape. That's the bowing that we were talking about, where it literally looks like you're pulling back a bow from a bow and arrow. It does look like they've broken off in the same direction, which, like we just mentioned, means a better potential for straight line wind damage and not a tornado. By the tail end of the evening drive, that's when we're still going to be very warm, very humid, and have enough momentum that we'll also be keeping a close eye out for things like rotation that could lead to a tornado. Just south of Piketon, that view of that notch we were talking about, where we have that inflow of that warm and moist air, that there's a very small eye, so that center of the storm, and it's actually that small eye that can result in much larger, more dangerous storms. In many cases, large and active wildfires, and this year has also been setting records. About a quarter to half an inch of ice in total. That's going to lead to some power outages, and alongside that, you'll start to notice those tree limbs start to sag or even break off. And since we have the bottle completely closing off any place for the gas to go, it works its way through that entrance or exit from the bottle right up into the balloon. Bell Fountain and Marion start to see the snow showers push their way back up into the area. Kevin is getting out of here as soon as we start talking about the snowfall, though. I think that's the one thing that might get him in his cage.
I like
something
this.
In there. It definitely comes in strong with the onion. It's kind of a weird thing, and I did ask. I was like, so when are these lizard warnings coming out or high iguana watches?
Don't say that.
They said it's not officially going to become a thing, but they'll continue to give out those impact forecasts based on if reptiles will be freezing.
Now, Storm Team 4 with Central Ohio's most accurate forecast.
And first at 4, we are keeping a very close eye on the radar this afternoon. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Liz McGiffin joins us with your most accurate forecast.
And those strong to severe storms, that's why we started this weather alert day earlier this morning. We wanted to make sure before people got out the door that then it would be a very different picture by the evening drive. And even now, haven't seen too much action on the live Viper radar, but this big area of yellow, this is a slight risk for storms becoming strong to severe. So that's about a 2 on a scale of 1 to 5. And you'll notice at this point, pretty much the whole state of Ohio is under that slight risk. So the risk that we're talking about will be those storms rapidly developing, producing strong damaging wind gusts. We're also keeping a close eye, especially throughout the early part of the evening, for a little bit of rotation that could lead to a tornado, some large hail and flooding, 2 things that are going to be on a low end for a risk, but of course a few things that we'll also be keeping an eye on for you, especially because the cold front that's really helping to trigger all of these, it's still about a state away. I also want to point out with this bigger picture view, it's from Toledo up into Detroit, where they're getting quite the lightning show. For now at least, the northern part of Ohio, the most at risk for some of those strongest storms, but we are anticipating this line to continue to fill in as we head throughout the evening. For now, live Viper radar, like we were talking about, really not showing any color just yet for central Ohio, but the first sign that changes are on the way. You'll notice it with the Window Nation tower camera, or if you look outside your window, it's going to be those clouds making another appearance. The clouds and the high humidity, well, that's the first sign of change that we're noticing. And ahead of this, well, we've had this strong southwesterly breeze that's coming in now at 15 miles per hour, aiding in making 90 degrees outside. Feels significantly more muggy and more like it is 97 out there. And heat and humidity, it's 2 things that aid in thunderstorms thriving. So I want to walk you through on the pinpoint forecast where by 6 p.m., so as we head over the next 2 hours, that next band of thunderstorms looking like it'll come together a little bit more for the northwest corner of the state. So heads up even for areas like Mount Gilead into Bucyrus and Marion. This is where those thunderstorms could continue to grow and develop. This line of thunderstorms starts to push its way down toward the 71 corridor by about 8 p.m. So heads up if you are in an area like Columbus, even stretching up into the Delaware area, Mount Vernon, and then farther up to the north and east up toward Cleveland. By about 8 p.m., that's looking like we will be the most at risk for some of those strong thunderstorms, which again, damaging wind gusts will be the primary threat with some of these as they keep sliding off to the east. Now, as this front continues to slide eastward by about 10 p.m., that's when those of us along and then south and east of the 71 corridor will continue to see those pockets of some thunderstorms. Luckily, by about that 10 p.m. to midnight time frame, not only will we be losing a little bit of heat from the day, but by then, thunderstorms continue to clear out, and by first thing tomorrow morning, very different picture. We are going to be dry and actually starting to clear out a few of those clouds as well. So again, heads up for tonight as early as about 6 p.m. That's when the northwest corner of the state will continue to see more of those thunderstorms filling in. And then here in Columbus, we're looking at closer to about that 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time frame for the best chance for some of those stronger storms. Now tomorrow, a pretty typical July day in store for us. We'll see that mixture of some sunshine and clouds, a little bit more sunshine later on in the evening, and that 86-degree high puts us right in line with normal. Notice though, once the mostly sunny sky takes over again on Friday, here's where the heat starts to go up again. We'll be maxing out around 90 degrees, keeping an eye out for a few more isolated thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. So both days, not a total washout for your weekend. In fact, it's looking more and more like the start of next week. So Monday, Tuesday, into the day Wednesday as well, we'll have a more organized opportunity for those rain and thunderstorm chances.